617-686-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel. All right, well, Coffee Ann is on the air for this Friday, November the 14th. And by golly, we got a good show for you here today. The only negative point we have, of course, is that Joe's not here. I like the way Joe does the Coffee Ann show. I like it when he does the Coffee Ann show, because I'm not doing the Coffee Ann show. But anyway, we do what we have to. And Joe has an appointment elsewhere. He'll be back in the office later on today. But he's got an appointment that he has to go to. So anyway, Dave's filling in, but I am ably assisted by an entire room full of notables, like Garrett Mansieri is here.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, everybody.
And also Melissa Murray is here already.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here already. And my buddy Richard Lane came in early just in case I'd be alone.
I've never been known as a notable, so that's kind
You
of
certainly
like a step
are.
up the
Sure
ladder,
you
you
are.
know?
Yeah, I call you a notable, that's for sure. Yeah. So anyway, so that's our panel for today. I have to get my email up here so that I can give you a little message from the Chamber of Commerce. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce is our sponsor for the first segment of Friday Coffee Ann each and every Friday. And boy, I got 4 things in my inbox today. What are we going to look at first? I guess we'll look at the list because that's usually the most popular thing. Eggs and Issues Breakfast is coming up next Thursday, the 13th of November. And it features Wendy Schiller, Professor of Political Science, International and Public Affairs Chair at Brown University. She might have a few things to say about what's going on in the world, you think? And that's 8:30 to 9:30 at the Kirkbrake Country Club in Lincoln. And always keep in mind, folks, that Coffee Ann listeners have dispensation to attend chamber events in the morning. You can just catch the replay at night. Do a makeup, just like Rotary. All right. The Level Up Canva 101 class for small business owners is coming up on November 19th. That is the Wednesday following of what we just talked about, the Eggs and Issues Breakfast. And this is a noontime event and is virtual. You do it on your computer at the lunch hour. All right? And there's no problem. Since it's virtual, you don't have to wear pants. You can be eating your sandwich at the same time, but you'll learn all about the Canva program, which has proven so useful to small business owners. We use it even here at the radio station. And then we have a wrap party for emerging leaders December 9th. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, if you call them right now at 334-1000, it'll just ring because they open up at 9. They're a 9 to 5 business. So right after Coffee Ann, join them at 9 o'clock there. Call in and find out how the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce can help you in what you're doing. I got one more little public service announcement to do before we go to panel discussion. I want to make sure this is put out there and put out well because you got to know that this is the last of the announcements you're going to be hearing for Henry's Heroes, because tonight is the final deadline for applying for one of these cars that they have that Henry's has had donated to them, and they've gone through it completely, replaced parts, made sure everything is in tip-top condition on these used cars that were donated. And if you know of a retired or active military person who needs a car and does not have the money for a car, well, if we gave them the car, that would change a lot of things for people, right? Right now, they might be calling up Post 85 for a ride to the doctor or something like that, where they'd rather be driving there. You can solve that problem right now. And we've been seeing an awful lot of the younger semi-active or retired military, you know, they could be on reserve or something like that, who have families and really need a car, are getting these cars. So anyway, the deadline is tonight, November 14th at midnight. If you're listening to this on Monday morning, sorry about that. But that's tonight. I just want to make sure that we mention that one last time. Okay, let's get to what's going on over here. Garrett Mansieri's here because big things are happening in Woonsocket. And one of the big things is coming up to the downtown area, and of course to the entire Blackstone Valley with the Milk Fund. Which hat are you wearing right now, Garrett?
Whichever one you want to do first, Dave. So you pick. It's your show.
Well,
so.
Milk Fund is coming along. We'll talk about Milk Fund in a few minutes.
Okay.
Let's get to the Main Street Stroll. I love the Main Street Stroll. And we try to do little live reports from the Main Street Stroll and everything else like that. And unfortunately, lots of times I have to go over and help out the people at the Polar Express because I'm on the Tourism Council and I'm dividing my time back and forth. If I could ever, maybe if I stopped doing the radio thing and maybe I would just love to just do the Main Street Stroll. It is so charming.
Just enjoy it.
I love it. It's the best idea I've heard from Main Street. I mean, the car shows were nice and lots of other things are nice. But our Main Street is much more today than it ever has been in the last 50 years, really, to tell you the truth.
Yes.
Ever since McCarthy's and the department stores and stuff all left for the plazas, Main Street has been rebuilding, and they're putting in that new stepway to get down to the bike path.
I did see that, yeah.
And they closed off the bypass yesterday, did you see? So that the big crane could come in and help pour that concrete way up, because that's a heck of a lot of steps.
And next year we can decorate it, so once it's all ready.
That's right.
So.
And I swear that one of these days, tourists are going to come to Woonsocket and say, it's a religious devotion to go up those stairs to City Hall.
Or at least some good exercise.
But they have to do it on their knees. Now, there's a place in Montreal they do that. St. Joseph's, I think it is. That people actually go up all the steps to the, I think it's a basilica.
Yeah, we need to make it like a fitness challenge or something,
There it could be.
Yeah.
We could do
just
that.
like the Rocky Steps, So
yeah, right. But those steps are going to be far more used now because they've been all updated and safetyized. Because before, you'd go up and down the steps and they were safe enough, but you didn't run up and down the steps. Now they're going to be suitable for lots of traffic and much wider. Anyway, so that's coming up. A lot of work being done on Main Street. Tell us about the stroll. It's coming always the first Saturday in December, and that's going to be, what, the 6th this time?
Correct, yeah. So we try to keep it consistent so people know to block it off in their calendars. So we use that as the kickoff to the holiday season, and we hope that people will come down and experience the different restaurants and shops that we have. And the stroll, the main purpose of it is to have the scavenger hunt, so that people will go out into the local businesses, see what they have to offer, and hopefully we'll do some shopping and we'll come back another day and do some shopping. But it's a way to kind of experience what we have, because I think sometimes people drive by and they have no idea exactly what's in what store and what's in each restaurant. So it's a way for them to kind of come in and see all that we have to offer. And for many years,
sample downtown.
Many years, the city has also run another event, which we used to co-promote with each other, called the Winter Wonderland, run by the Parks Department, and they've got a lot of great activities there. But this year, we were actually able to combine the two events into one. Ooh. So it will be a Winter Wonderland.
And that's at River Island Art Park?
So it'll be a little bit larger than that. It will be Winter Wonderland Holiday Stroll. So a little more wordage, but I think it works. And we're going to have acts on the River Island Art Park stage, as well as the Market Square stage.
The beautiful new stage we have there.
Basically, our headquarters will be in that area. Mill Race will be active with artists, vendors. So if anybody wants to come down and showcase their art, they can definitely contact us for that.
They're putting up the lights and everything, too?
Yep. So
something about River Island Art Park when it gets the white light treatment from the DPW, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It is, yeah.
I'm so proud.
And we're decorating this weekend, so if anybody wants to volunteer Saturday and Sunday, 12 o'clock at Market Square, you can come help us out. But it's just I think it's a special time in Woonsocket, and we've got such beautiful architecture, such beautiful parks that we want. This is our opportunity to showcase what we have downtown. So I look forward to it every year. It's certainly a lot of work, but I think by combining the two events, it actually will make it easier on all of us to not be, it wasn't necessarily competition, but it did take people away from each other, So by not having two competing, stages and two competing vendors, we're just combining all of our activities. So we're still going to do the trolley. The trolley stops will be the same.
Oh, everybody loves that trolley.
Yep, it's a good way to get down to the other side of the street and not be cold. So
Right.
that's the one way to do it. And one big change that we're making this year is that we are bringing the horse and buggy back, but it will
That's
be in a
nice.
new location. So we will
Really?
be using the bike path instead of the street.
Wow,
So
that's interesting.
There's a section of bike path that is not connected to anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're
along
working
the-
on it.
Along the Truman bypass, we're going to use that stretch instead. So I met with the vendor down there. He said there's no problem. He can do the turns in the grass areas, and people will get to enjoy that. And what's good about that too is that you won't have the police sirens behind you or in front of you, and also you can hopefully we can decorate that new park that they made on the side there. So it might not get done for this year because there's so much to get done just in general. But
Sure.
for next year, we're hoping that those trees will be lit and it will come out really nice. You know, a nice experience for people.
Well, it's always very, very festive, and there's a lot of people that come down to the main street. Makes me feel so good. Some of them are coming down for the railroad station, which is really kind of part of the scenery. If you come in from out of town and you're taking the Main Street stroll and strolling down Main Street from headquarters at River Island Art Park at Market Square,
Yep.
and going all the way down what we locals call Upper Main Street because it is a higher elevation and it's got a little uphill to it.
Yep.
And then when you pass through Depot Square to go down the rest of Main Street toward the Stadium Theater, right in the center, of course, we have our City Hall on the right. It won't be open for business because it's Saturday. But on the left, as you travel that route, you're going to see the Polar Express station. And you're going to see thousands of people coming and going for the Polar Express trains. You'll actually see the trains leaving and coming and
Yep.
all the people leaving and coming and stuff like that. What a great day that December 6th is going to be
Yep.
for the city.
And that's why we always want to do it on a day that the Polar Express is here, because we want those people to come out and enjoy the rest of the activities and hopefully come back and see, you know, the other stuff that we have. So
Yes.
we don't want to do it, you know, when there's not many people there. The point of the stroll is to do it when there's the most amount of people.
Sure.
You know, there's a show at the stadium, there's a Polar Express going on, there's tons of stuff going on. So we want the most amount of people there. And what's good about this plan too is that there will be no parking lots closed. So there'll be more than enough
Right.
parking for everybody to go wherever you want to go.
Great.
And hop on the trolley whenever you want. So that's a good thing about it. That all the parking will be open.
That's genius. Because parking is always, even for the Polar Express, sometimes we wonder where they're all parking and
Right.
stuff like
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Yep. I think it will be better for everybody. So
So all the municipal parking lots will be open and available.
correct.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's great. And when they walk down Main Street, they can see the wonderful banners of the veterans that Melissa and Rich, I've been kind of ignoring for the last couple of minutes.
There you go.
That's okay.
I know that you talk about the banners and stuff, but they're on display.
They are.
I know we're going to have banners for the stroll and winter and happy holidays and all the rest of that stuff, but they'll get a chance to see the veterans banners as well, because they're still going to be up. Am I right?
That's correct.
All righty. Beautiful. All
I'm
right.
so excited between this for this collaboration between the city and DWC. It's a long time coming, and it's just really wonderful to see.
Some of the great advances we've had with Chris Beauchamp as the mayor, being able to get together with organizations that weren't together before.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
really nice. I'll
Exactly.
compliment the mayor and his administration for their efforts in that way. We can see a big difference here. Well, listen, folks, it's the end of the first segment, so let's take a little break. We'll come back, talk to Garrett about Milk Fund and Milk Fund auction and stuff like that, and then we'll talk about veteran stuff, and we'll talk about just stuff. And it's going to be a big show here today. I got all the support in the world. Thanks so much for being here on our Coffee and Show. But I'll remind you, 334-1000 is the telephone number you call at 9 o'clock this morning. Find out how the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce can help you in your side hustle, in your small business, in your home cottage industry, or in your regular brick and mortar business. Or even your mail order business. They could help with that. Certainly they could. They got addresses and stuff like that. We'll be right back with more of the Coffee and program right after I hit
OM 1240.
Wow! Can you believe Gators Pub is celebrating its 35th year in business?
Maybe the key to Gators' success is our super friendly staff. Or maybe the fact that the chefs at Gators are constantly making some of the freshest and most delicious dishes around. If you've never been, come on down and check out our great lunch specials from Monday through Thursday. They also offer complimentary soup during lunch. Watch the Boston Red Sox on one of our many TVs while enjoying classic apps like fresh potato skins or our famous pita chips. Come watch a volleyball game and have a burger or one of our newest cocktail creations. Gators is located on Route 102 in North Smithfield, about 1 mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Come say hello.
Staples presents an easy holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
La 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 40% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 11/15. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Coffee AM panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
That's right, down in Pawtucket. That's down east.
Yes, literally.
Welcome back to Coffee Ann, everybody. Dave Richards here filling in for Joe today. We have Melissa and Rich, and back to Garrett Manseri because we got a lot of Milk Fund. Backstage here, we've been talking Milk Fund here in the office and with a lot of our friends and everything now for about a month. And our auction committee is out gathering things. We have some things that have already come back in from the mail, Garrett. Denise has them locked up. You can take a look later if you like. But Garrett is after all the appropriate groveling and begging, has come back again this year to help me with the auction. Well, listen, you're just so good at things, Garrett.
He's good at raising money.
I don't. It's not my purpose to embarrass you. It's my purpose to show gratitude for helping with this really big task because you just have these talents, and I'm so proud that you're my friend and you help us out with this for the Milk Fund auction and Milk Fund in general because the auction is such a big part of the Milk Fund. So Garrett, the floor is yours. What do you want to say?
So now is the time to donate, just like Dave said, and I know everybody, hopefully we keep those things year round that you maybe received and you didn't want to use, but they're still brand new. If you feel like there's some value there that somebody else could enjoy it instead, this is an opportunity to donate those items. Obviously, the easiest thing is those gift cards that are hanging around that you haven't used in a while, but they haven't expired. Those are things to donate. You can always go out and buy brand new gift cards because people love to bid on gift cards. But, anything that you have, we have a flyer that we're going to publicize on social media and whatnot. But
does Melissa have that electronically?
She does, yep.
Good.
And I'll resend. But, even like, we put some different ideas on here, like, event tickets and concert tickets, because that's something that people, sometimes you might get tickets for something and you can't go to that particular day and time.
Yeah, right.
So it's a great way to donate it back, and make sure that you get the tickets to be used by somebody, but also raise some money for us. You can also donate just cash or checks, because we can always use that to go out and buy items. Find some things that people can do.
But it has to be designated as an auction donation.
Yes.
And what it is that sometimes we don't get enough gift cards. Everybody wants gift cards. We don't get enough of them donated.
Yeah.
And so we can get a chance to go out and do that. And by doing that twofold, we take a local business, we buy a gift card, so that's good for the local business, right? And then we take those and then we auction them off on the air.
Right.
And, of course, they get full value for whatever the gift card was bought for. So if you really don't have any merchandise that you wanted to donate,
right,
and you have a couple of bucks, $10, $20, whatever, 50. Make sure that you mention it that it's an auction donation.
Correct.
And that's the only thing I wanted to make a big deal out of, Garrett, and stop you there, because if it comes through and it doesn't say auction on it, it goes into the regular, regular appeal funds.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's important. Another thing I want to mention too is that I know some people have, vacation packages to travel accommodations that they receive. Maybe you won a trip somewhere and you're not able to go. That's something that also you can donate to us, and we can raffle it off. I think that would be very popular, actually. So I just want to put that out to people.
Shall we say auction it off?
Auction off.
Yeah, raffle requires a license.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
Auction. Yeah. But yeah, so we just ask you, even if you want to put a couple things together, make a basket of something, those always sell as well too. So I can't believe it's already happening. I mean, we got 2 weeks to go here, and we're going to be starting.
2 weeks from today is our first milk fund auction, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I wish that we could do it all day long, so it's convenient for everybody. But we kind of hit a sweet spot, 4 to 5, where it works for just about everybody. I'd love to do it later into the evening, but let's face it, there are nights during the Milk Fund auction time that I have to be recording a Christmas concert at a high school. 5 different high schools will record the Christmas concerts.
Right.
I can't be here doing an auction.
Yep.
And doing that at the same time. Maybe if somebody else would get really good at doing auctions, I could just give it to them and I could go, but that's not the way it is yet.
And even if you can't bid at 4 o'clock, like let's say you're working until 5, if you're able to at least watch the auction,
right,
and then text your friend or text somebody in your family and say, hey, can you go bid $20 on this thing for me? So you can always just have somebody else bid on your behalf too.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's important to know that the bids need to be called in, right? And a lot of folks are like, okay, why can't I,
do it online?
Yeah, let's do it on Facebook.
If you put a comment on Facebook, that's not going to count as a bid, unfortunately. There's just not it's all volunteer. There's not enough hands to do that, so it's really important that that get ready to call in.
Well, I'm the trained auctioneer here, and one of the first things I learned is that there has to be one source of bids. Now, if you go to an auction like Sotheby's or some famous auction somewhere, right? There are people in the room, and there are people on the phone. Nobody's bidding on Facebook. Nobody's bidding on the website. All right?
Yep.
There's people on the phones
via
and there's
email
people
or
in
anything
the
like that.
room, and that's all you have to work with. And we've taken the experience of those very successful auctions and made sure that we followed that guide here, because otherwise, what's the worst thing that can happen? Somebody bids and they bid $5 more than it goes for, but they bid it on something that didn't reach us in time, or we didn't see, or there was so many different entry points that we, human error comes into it. We feel awful.
Yeah.
They feel awful. So let's avoid it. Phones or in person. That's it. All right. So anyway, and continuing, Garrett?
Yeah, so that's basically everything. I think I covered it, and I'll just give out my phone number too if anybody wants to contact me about different items. 401-651-1519.
All right, and now I'm going to stick my neck out on this one because I do every year. I have not regretted it yet. So we're going to continue to do, although there's potential for serious regret here. I'm going to say that if somebody wants to make a donation to the Milk Fund auction here at ON Radio, you keep in mind the radio station doesn't own any of that stuff. You're not giving it to the radio station. You're giving it to the Milk Fund, but the radio station is the fiduciary custodian of everything until we auction it off to the end owner. All right? But we have to, there's a collection point, and the collection point is here at 985 Park Avenue. If you need something picked up, call us here at the station, at the regular business office during the regular business hours, 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. 762-1240 is the telephone number for the office, 762. And we will do everything we can to get somebody to come and pick it up. They'll be properly documented so that you'll know that they're the real deal. You call us and we'll make the arrangements. It might even be me to come by and pick it up in the little Kia and bring it to the radio station for you. We want to make it easy for you to donate those nice items to the auction. So we really appreciate all of that.
And all checks made out to the milk fund, not to the radio station, right?
If it's going to be a check, it has to be the milk fund or milk fund auction if you intend it to help the auction project. The auction is a project of WOON. It donates to the milk fund. And then this is what kind of blurs the lines for a lot of people that, oh, well, it's the radio station, it's the milk fund, it's all the same thing. Well, I wish it were. It isn't. It has evolved over time that the Woonsocket Call newspaper had to give it up, and the radio station has taken it over as far as the central point for Milk Fund Incorporated and the Milk Fund Appeal. But the auction is the radio station's project. So if you want to help with the project and the auction, make sure it says Milk Fund Auction, and we'll be able to use it that way. If it just says Milk Fund, it goes into the general appeal. And hey, listen, we don't really mind one way or the other, but we just had to make it clear. Have I belabored it adequately?
I think we're good, yeah.
Okay. So we got like 2 minutes left. So Garrett, like, what's happening in your life? We don't get a chance to talk to you much anymore, just on general
I've been very busy. I mean, I'm the chair of these two committees and still doing real estate, and just got back from New Orleans. So that was a great little trip that I had.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's a couple of very notable properties that you're handling. Do you want to discuss those on the radio, Freebie? Because I see your signs up in them, and they're places that everybody would like to see them be sold to somebody who wants to own them, and you are the agent for them.
Yeah.
And like that, do you want to mention 2 or 3 of them? The ones that everybody would recognize?
Sure. So I've got a property for sale on the corner of Main and Court Street.
Right.
So it's a pretty prominent building. I've got
That used to be road counseling, if I recall.
Yes. Yeah.
That back we actually show you the old fart over here. That used to be Sadwin's Manufacturing Company. It used to sew curtains up on the top floor of that.
Yep.
It's got a long and proud past. That but what it doesn't have is a parking lot. So, but you're looking for a buyer who doesn't need parking at street level, right at the curb.
Yep. Well, we've got 2 offers on the property right now.
Beautiful.
So, we're just waiting for them to meet with the city and get letters of support, because we don't want to, get under contract with somebody and then have the city not support them as they go through their due diligence period.
That's right.
So that's important.
There is parking for the building, but it's public parking. It's not right there at the curb.
And they had some
so
agreements.
Like if you had a phone bank or or an internet company or something like that, doesn't require a lot of parking.
Well, there is
This
parking
perfect for you.
in the area.
Yeah, there's plenty.
They had leases with the Blackstone Apartments for some of those spots.
That's right. There's
As
a lot of
well
parks
as there's a
there.
municipal parking lot not too far. So you just have to walk a few steps.
True.
It's one of those things that, like, heaven forbid you have to take, 15 steps or whatever to your
Well, yeah.
to your building, but you'll
But it's
make it, I
downtown.
promise.
And it's zoned commercially, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which means you could hang a sign.
Yep.
Or you could, technically with the proper permits from zoning, put up an electronic sign or something like that.
Yep. Yep.
All of those things. It has those things.
And then I've got a building directly across from the Stadium Theater. I've had that for sale for a while. But
The old dentist's office. The dentist used to own
Touchette,
that.
yep. Touchette's
Touchette's-
still on it. He passed away, but she
Yeah,
still,
Dr. Touchette passed away.
She
I
still
remember
owns
that.
the property, and we received an offer on that. It's a lease with an option to buy in 1 year. So it's a full price offer. So hopefully we can get that under contract.
And that has parking in the back, if
Yes,
I
it does.
recall.
Yep, separate parking lot. Yep.
Plus, there's a municipal parking lot with oodles of parking right next door.
And lots of foot traffic.
And lots of visibility because all the people who come to our city to go to the Stadium Theater, because
Yep.
it's right across the street.
Yep. So that building isn't vacant, even though it kind of looks more or less. There's one tenant on the bottom floor. There's 3 tenants on the top floor.
Right.
I'm still actively renting the other spaces, but hopefully we can get those 2 buildings within the next year into somebody else's hands, and hopefully they can continue to rehab the buildings like the other buildings have been done.
And there's one more big one you haven't mentioned yet. Do you want to say it?
Chan's is also for sale. And
I was thinking of another one, but okay.
So that one, I've got.
John will be coming in next week.
Yeah,
because
it's still open. I always say in my
that's the
advertising, it's still
problem.
open,
That's the
but yeah,
John
that's
has
the
been-
time to sell it. You can't sell something when it's empty because then you're not selling the profitability of the business.
That's right.
So it's one of those hard things
But
that
John wants to retire.
Correct.
And here's the problem, you see, because in this happens a lot in my business because we're public broadcasting and talking to the public all the time. You're always careful how you say things, and there's certain buzzwords and phrases that you use, and some of it seems a little boilerplate or not fully, honest. Here's a guy who is 100% completely, right down to the roots, honest. John Chan said everything that was on his mind. Yeah. And now people are saying that he's closed. We're hearing it.
I know.
And it's driving them nuts.
It's just, people,
Not
I think
closed.
people see a headline and they don't read the actual text
Right.
of it.
He says, I would like to retire. I want this legacy to be, taken over by
turnkey.
somebody else.
Right.
Right. And he's, but I want to retire because I'm at that age.
I just saw it this morning on social media. Is Chan's closed? No, Chan's is not closed.
No.
And he would even help, I think, the new owner transition into, help running it for,
Exactly.
A certain amount of time.
Because this is a family legacy for him.
Absolutely.
100 years, right? 100 years.
So he wants to get every chance for the next owner to carry on. And so he's continuing on like that.
So what's
we'll talk
exciting-
with John. We're going to have
exciting
John
about
in on
that-
the show and talk to him, too, to make a big deal about this. But I'm glad you mentioned it.
And we were able to meet somebody that's interested in the property. And what's exciting about
And that's
it
got oodles of
is
parking.
that this developer not only wanted to buy Chan's, but also possibly is going to spend $25 million in the downtown area.
Ooh.
So it's a very good contact to have. I
Yes.
send it all off to the mayor to have a conversation with them and make sure that we keep a good communication intact. But I was
Yeah, the
pretty
mayor likes to
exciting
know these
see.
things, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's important that they work with the city. I hate when somebody comes in and buys a building and says, I'm going to do my own thing and, whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right.
never going to lead to success. So, especially if you need...
That didn't work out in Boroville.
planning approval and zoning approval and that kind of thing. Like, make sure that you go meet with the city before you buy a building and share your plans. So, yeah.
Exactly. Garrett, thanks so much for me. You want to stick around?
Yeah,
you're
sure.
welcome to stay for the rest of the show. I'd love
Sure.
to have your company here. But we'll be talking about other things with Rich, who's been sitting over there just enjoying the show from afar. From inside the studio. Rich, you're the star of the show when we come back after the break, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get to the weather forecast. The weather forecast is sponsored this time by Compassion International. Imagine a child in extreme poverty waiting for over 365 days to be sponsored. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor now by texting the word radio with your little smartphone, RADIO, to 83393. Increasing clouds today with a high of 48 degrees and a breeze in the west to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 31. Friday's weather, mostly sunny with a high of 45. Saturday, sunshine and 44. Saturday night, rain is likely. Sunday, some leftover rain in the morning, then mostly cloudy all day with a high of 54. Monday, mostly sunny, 44. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 46. Next Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, high near 47 degrees. Presently, right now, outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio, we have 40 degrees here at 8:34 on Friday morning. If you're listening to the replays, it's 40 degrees now. And we'll have these messages and come back with more conversation.
Looking to start a new career, one with real room to grow? Skills for Rhode Island's Future has teamed up with Electric Boat to offer free hands-on training at the Woonsocket Education Center. Join us for an upcoming Ready, Set, Work session starting on Monday, November 17th. You'll learn the skills to launch a lasting career, no experience needed. Space is limited, so don't wait. Take the first step toward your future today at skillsforri.com/readysetwork. Visit skillsforri.com/readysetwork to learn more and register today.
Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3, Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call Ed or Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
This portion of Coffee and Conversation brought to you by the Valley Breeze.
Since its founding, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism makes these cities and towns better places. We believe that truth should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story. The Valley Breeze, making our communities stronger by telling their stories.
All right, we're back here on Coffee and as we begin our conversation for this time, as promised, the rooster is here.
Yes.
All dressed up in USMC red. Have you warmed up from Tuesday's ceremonies at the United Veterans Council Park? Because Melissa was the lucky one. She was absent, and Brian... Oh, did you see the broadcast of that, Melissa?
I heard.
Brian Thompson is up there giving the speech, right? He's the representative, because all of our elected officials, they're just very generous. They pool coverage. Okay, you do the speech
That's
this
right.
time,
That's
and
right.
we'll just sit and nod. And they'll take turns. Well, you did it last year. This year, Brian gets it, and it's snowing while he's talking. I mean, a snow flurry, and it's so plain as day on the TV cameras. A 35 mile an hour wind going by, blowing snow, hitting his face. And he just kept right on trucking. You'd be so proud. Good man.
But good thing, I mean, he's built for cold weather, so he's used to working out in the cold weather. So everyone was like, how come you don't have a jacket, you know? So.
I know. I was, full disclosure, I was in Nashville.
You're on a trip.
I was on, I was at a conference. Yep,
Okay.
healthcare conference. But it snowed in Nashville.
It snowed in Nashville, too?
It
So you
snowed
didn't miss
in
it.
Nashville.
All
Yes,
right.
it did. It was
well,
very cold.
standing in the snow, holding the flag, was it the Marine Corps flag?
No, it was a post flag.
The post flag. Okay, post
Yep.
85 flag.
Yep.
All right. Standing there for like an hour, holding the flag with 35 mile an hour
Saw
winds,
you
trying
in
to
the
rip it
pictures.
out of his hands. Big, heavy cotton flag with the snow hitting his face, too, is Richard Lane. And there were others, of course, but you were there for
Yep.
post 85. So my heart went out to everybody. I didn't warm up till about 8 o'clock that night. I mean, fully warmed up on the inside. And I was in the truck. Everybody else out there, but we all showed our devotion. And from the TV pictures, you'll see, just the place had a big crowd. It was a nice, respectable crowd there at the UVC Park on Tuesday. I just want to thank you for your service and for your service on Tuesday.
Well, thank you. And as far as being cold that morning, you got to remember the day before was the Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah.
So I had enough antifreeze in me, I think, for that morning.
Still in the system, huh?
Yeah, we're still in the system. So, but no, it was a great turnout by everybody. It was chilly, to say the least. But you know, the thing you keep in mind, as far as military people, when we go out in weather like that and we do these functions, and it was for the sacrifice of others, and you keep that in your mind. And the thing I always think about, whether it's warm out or cold out, is the guys in the Korean War, the Frozen Chosen. They didn't have a choice. You don't fight wars in perfect weather. So you keep that in your mind, and you say, look at the sacrifice of others.
I took lessons for trumpet, and the music teacher was a veteran of Korea, and he talked about the cold in Korea. Yep. And when you did sleep, you were roll up in a bag, just barely your nose peeking out from the top of the thing, because it was just, he says, and you never got warm.
No, and you know, we're only out there for 45 minutes, and those guys are out there for months. And
Then you get to go home to your warm house.
So
and warm
that's what you keep in mind. But yeah, the turnout was great. It was fantastic, you know, and. But one thing I did want to mention as I go through my litany here is the banner program.
Right.
And you go through downtown, you see we're sharing the poles with the Polar Express and
Right.
Winter Stroll, and
Sure.
then you see the veteran banners. And people have been saying, well, I got a banner, but I don't see it downtown.
Right.
Go over to World War II Park.
Right.
And they put the banners up at World War II Park. I went there on Tuesday, right before I went over to the Senior Center for their thing over at the Senior Center for Veterans, and very impressive, very impressive. I in fact, went over at the Senior Center on Monday. I saw Chris Beauchamp, and it was the mayor, and I said to him, I'm looking for the rest of the banners. I didn't see them up, and it was raining, of course, on Monday. And he said, well, it's a little tough to get them up there in the rain. I said, I'm sure you can make it happen. And lo and behold, on Tuesday morning, before I went over to Davidson Ave, I took a trip over to World War II Park, and there were 12 banners hanging up. So,
Great.
but the Public Works guys, I'm sure, did a phenomenal job. Just thank you to the entire city for this banner program.
This mayor makes things happen.
Yeah, he does. So thank you for the banner program. But let's get to what's happening at the Post.
Yes.
Right? All right. This Saturday, in fact, tomorrow. Right?
Tomorrow?
This month has been so busy. But tomorrow we're having...
This is busy. Wait till December.
Yeah, I know it, huh? Saturday we're having a spaghetti supper from 4 to 7 p.m. down at American Legion Post 85 at 870 River Street. And all the proceeds from this spaghetti supper, it's only $10. Spaghetti, I was always told, say meatballs too, because some people ain't going to play $10 for spaghetti. No, but spaghetti and meatball supper from 4 to 7 tomorrow night at the Post.
And bread and butter?
Yeah, bread and butter, salad. But all the proceeds from that $10 donation for the spaghetti supper go toward our courtesy vehicle for to transport our veterans. So
Let me stop you here. Can you go in and take takeout?
Yes.
And bring it home?
Yes, we did get
That's
takeout
important. I got to
containers.
work from 4 to 7 for
Absolutely,
Bruce
yeah.
Palmer tomorrow.
And what I want everybody to know is that, sometimes you go to these events, you say, okay, I got to bring X amount of money because I got to do this item for a raffle or this item for an auction or blah, blah, blah. No. Listen. That $10 ticket goes toward the door prize, okay? Now, the 2 door prizes that we have, if you're a sports fan, you get your choice. You don't have to be there to win the door prize. But if you're not there, one's going to be picked for you, and then the other one goes to whoever comes in second.
Because the first one has a choice.
That's right. So the 2 door prizes you can choose from, I was able to obtain an autographed picture of Charlie McAvoy, the Bruins defenseman, with
Really?
a certificate of authenticity, which is important to people. And the second
He's
thing
having a good season.
Yeah, yes. And the second item I was able to obtain is an autographed hockey puck, David Pasternak, certificate of authenticity. So that is, you buy a ticket to have a spaghetti and meatball supper, and
You get the
can
spaghetti
win.
and meatball supper, and you also
You can
automatically
win,
entered, right?
automatically
Yeah.
entered in. Those are 2 door prizes.
Wow.
So come on down and see Jeannie Michon has volunteered her from New Beginnings. She's volunteered her talents. Yes, her talents to do spaghetti and meatballs. So
Because I've been at Post 85 for spaghetti and meatballs where she was the cook.
yeah. Jeannie does a fantastic job. She's such an asset.
I got to work. I'm still going to go down. We're going to grab 2 orders, bring it back here
Yeah,
for me and the
absolutely.
fabulous Denise.
Absolutely. Do that. And I'll be there. And so, and one thing I encourage people to do when you're there, if it's your first visit or you're interested in becoming a member of one of the entities down there, I say it all the time. You can join the American Legion as a veteran. You can join the Ladies Auxiliary. You can join the Sons of the American Legion. And if you got nothing to do as far as military in your family, you can't be eligible for any of those 3 organizations. You can join the Friends of Fairmount, which is a civilian organization that supports the Post. And any of these organizations, you get better than 50% off on a hall rental. So your membership alone, if you rent the hall once during a year, your membership alone is going to cover the cost of that hall. So it's a perfect opportunity to come down and ask us about things. Also want to mention, like you guys have done it a lot for the Henry's Heroes. That's going to take place the following Saturday on the 22nd over American Legion Post 85.
We'll be broadcasting that live at 1 o'clock.
Yep. And Dave, you've already mentioned this time and time again, so I won't get into it. But you know, it's just going to be great. One thing I know I've told this story, but I got to tell it about this car giveaway. Last year, I went down to Henry's
Park Avenue, right?
Here on Park Ave, and I went to it. That was my first time attending. And there was a lady there with her 2 kids and her mother. And the little kid, and there was a Mercedes, a late model Mercedes that they had fixed up and everything. And everybody wanted that Mercedes.
Oh, sure.
So this little girl that was with the mother and the grandmother, she picked the envelope out. And lo and behold, when they opened that envelope and they got that Mercedes, you could hear the scream in California.
Yeah.
That was... And
It's always a good, like, wonderful event. It's good. It's a good,
It was great.
nice moment.
And when you come down to the car giveaway, by the way, I talked with Jim from New Englanders Helping Our Veterans, and they usually do like hot dogs and hamburgers down at Henry's.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we're going to do.
Oh.
Come on up to American Legion Post 85. We're going to have a big pan of dynamites. We're going to do dynamites, everybody, right? So no hot dogs and hamburgers this year. We'll do some dynamites.
Too bad
and
I'm
some
working.
rolls and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I might
Maybe I'll have to linger afterwards.
I don't know. You might have to linger, or maybe somebody will take a trip down here with a couple of dynamites in a to-go box. So I think I can make that happen on the 22nd. No, you'll be there.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll
be there doing the broadcast.
Yes, working.
Oh, okay. I'll run it up to
Yep.
the.
Yep.
You know, I'll run it up to you.
Look at that
Truck,
service,
That's not going to
yeah.
be a problem.
We got to talk too. Where am I going to put the truck too for that?
Yeah.
Fine.
We'll take care of you, Dave.
Okay,
We always
thanks.
take care of Dave Richards when he comes
Thank you so much.
up to American Legion Post 85. Now, another thing I do want to mention is Thanksgiving Day. Right? We do a full meal on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
It's open to everybody. It's going to start at noon on Thanksgiving Day. The only thing I've been asking the people, like, if you're going to, you and your wife come, or yourself if you come, not a problem. But if you're saying, gee, let's all go down to American Legion Post 85, and
Give
you
me
got
a
like
heads up,
8
a
people.
head count, huh?
Yeah, do us a favor. Just call down the post. We're not going to say no, but it's going to be kind of tough if you got, like, let's say 150 people show up.
There's a limit to how many
before 1
people you can
o'clock.
seat at the same time.
Yeah, and not only that, there's food. We don't want to run out. So if you got a big crew coming, just give us a call. Let us know. That'd be a great thing. That way we can go out and do our shopping.
And what's the number?
401-766-7585 is the American Legion Post. Give us a call. You can let us know. You can ask your questions, and if the person answers the phone doesn't have the answer, they can call myself or the commander or one of the officers. We'll be more than happy to get back in touch with you.
Beautiful. All righty. Thank you very much, Rich. Only Rich can give a message like that, that's for sure. But now it's time for me to give a message about the Breeze.
Yay!
I have in my hand the Cumberland Lincoln edition of this week's Valley Breeze newspaper. Some of the headlines we have here: Cumberland leaders are intrigued by aggregation, for energy rates. Ethan Shorey has the story on how that might impact what you pay. Facing child porn charges, we have Jeffrey Allman has officially resigned from his position as the Lincoln Fire Marshal. Sophia Barr has that sad story. And also in the center here, we see, who is that doing? Oh, Luz Jennifer Martinez with a story about Golden Champa, owner overwhelmed with support after the break-in. You read about it here in the Breeze, Cumberland Lincoln edition. We have both that and the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition of the Valley Breeze here at the station. And by the way, and this story about the Golden Champa owner is in there as well in our edition. Woonsocket moves closer to shutting down the waste incinerator. I know they've been working on that for years, but there's contracts, there's lawsuits, there's all kinds of stuff going on with that. What a messy thing that is. But they're still chipping away at it. And North Smithfield High School seniors breathe new life into a statewide Unity Ball. Read all about it with Corey Plant's story in the Breeze there, plus great ads from great local advertisers. Many of the same ones you hear here on the radio station are in the Valley Breeze. Plus, we'll be putting in ads here because it's that time of year. we want you to especially pick up next week's Valley Breeze, because we have a very big ad in there about something big that's happening next Saturday before we go down to Post 85. More on that later, but right now it's time for a break here on Coffee and we'll be right back. OM 1240.
Behold the Colonel's Giant KFC Chicken Sandwich, a towering, extra crispy monument to flavor. Such a huge amount of juicy, hand-breaded KFC chicken at a pretty tiny $3.99 price. For the Colonel's KFC Chicken Sandwich. I mean, $3.99 isn't even worthy of the same epic soundtrack as the KFC Chicken Sandwich for only $3.99. The Colonel lived so we could chicken.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
I'm Sia, and I support Humane World for Animals. Together, we have created a new version of Peter Gabriel's beautiful song, Salisbury Hill, to celebrate Humane World for Animals and everything they do. Enjoy the song and join us in helping Humane World for Animals end animal cruelty.
Alrighty, we're back here on Coffee and here. Dave Richards along with Garrett Manseri, Melissa Murray, and Rich Elaine, and we haven't given much broadcast time here to
Dave,
Melissa.
I got a quick
I'm sorry.
alibi. Can I do a quick alibi?
Rich has his hand up.
You know,
Okay.
No, you want to know, I didn't mention this, but I thought it was important, seeing that we talked Milk Fun earlier and stuff, on December 2nd, which is a Tuesday evening.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
Joe and Melissa and
From
Dave
6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
will
yes.
roll up our sleeves,
Absolutely.
and we'll sing My Gal Sal at the bar.
You don't want me to sing, but I will
Yep.
sling drinks for you.
Yeah, we're doing we're going to do a little fundraiser over at Post 85 for the Milk Fund, and Dave and Melissa and Joe are going to be there. It's the third year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Third
Yes.
year we do
Yeah.
that? Yeah, they're going to be up there. They're going to
6
be
to
out.
8.
Yeah,
Oh, I got to
6
come
to
up
8.
with a specialty
Celebrity
cocktail.
bartender.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, all
our
right.
celebrity
Let me think on that. Let
bartenders.
me
And
think on that.
Dave looks rather dapper when he goes there. You know who he reminds me of, if you remember the bartender on Gunsmoke there had the bow tie. And,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't watch Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
I was trying to put on the dog a little. Yeah.
Yeah, but Dave looks rather dapper, and we
I'll
have a
dress
good
up. I usually
time.
wear my glittery hat.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
If you
go.
want to know what we generally look like, all you have to do is just go on Facebook anywhere. Now we got like 75 people with congratulations on that award.
Yep.
The award video, for some reason, electronically, the thumbnail derived from that video
Has
that's
my
shown
face
to
on it
everybody.
right there.
Not just yours, but me making a goofy face.
I know. I
That
took the
picture is
selfie.
awesome. I love
took
that. That picture's
selfie.
hanging
I think I
hang-
took that.
Probably
yeah.
gets more people to watch it.
It does. It
The
does.
picture's hanging up behind our
Joe.
bar.
But I feel
Oh,
like
is it
you know.
really?
It is. Oh yeah,
it
it's
is.
up there.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's been there. It's been there.
So, and we took that during last year's
Yes, we did. Yes,
celebrity
we did.
bartender thing.
Yep.
Last year or the year before.
I think it was last year because I had the tuxedo shirt on.
Yeah.
The first time I just had garters on my sleeves, but
Yeah, right.
the tuxedo shirt with the black tie.
Yeah, but come down on December 2nd, everybody, and
gonna
see,
be fun.
see
Yep.
Dave, Melissa, and Joe. From 6 to 8, and ask them for a beverage, and all the tips that evening that you give them go toward the Milk Fund.
Right.
Okay, so our bartender that's usually on that night, they graciously said, "Don't worry about it. Have them come in. Let's do something to help the Milk Fund." So
Exactly.
that's our little donation in our time period.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done much about the news, and I thought that Melissa would know all about the news.
I might.
I heard that the government's not shut down anymore,
Correct.
but parts of it are not functional yet.
Correct.
Isn't that always the case?
Melissa,
Well, I mean, yes.
one
yes,
of Melissa's
yes.
duties here at the station, because everybody knows she works in the office, right? But one of her duties is to prepare reports based on the information we have around here that I have to file with the FCC. And there I am the last week of September, and I'm saying, Melissa, they're talking government shutdown. Don't believe it. Get those reports in on time. And then, of course, they did shut it down.
Yes, they
and
did.
I couldn't file them. And I still can't file them. Yesterday I tried to file them again, but they do not have any of that up. But we did get an extension. When they closed down, they said you're going to have 7 hours to file your reports. 15,000 radio
Right,
and
sure.
3,000 television stations have to
God.
file
Across the
3
country.
months
Yep,
worth of
yep,
reports
yep.
the whole third quarter.
Or there's a penalty, right? But you can file, but we're going to shut down. It's
And so, right. And
unbelievable.
so what they did to keep you from filing is they shut down the websites where you file them.
Oh my God.
All right. So, and I tried, and we tried to do it on time.
You and everyone else, right?
Yeah. But, so I apologize they had to push it, but it was the right thing to do, because if they hadn't shut down for one day, then we would have been deficient. But anyway, as it turns out, then they look at it, and the government opens up yesterday, and they see the smoke rising from the server room for all of their websites.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
where they really, seriously, you got 20,000 broadcast entities making 3 months submissions all at the same time.
Yep.
Plus all the other business to do about licensing and moving and renewals and stuff like that. And so they finally said, Uncle, you've got till next Tuesday to get it all in. Use the weekend. We, in self-defense. But, like I said, I've been a federal contractor, and I have a lot of very close friends that I went to sea with, and we did many projects with, and some of them I feel very, very great love for. They're just a bunch of working slobs trying to get home at the end of the day with a paycheck for the spouse and kiddies. And some of them don't make that much money. I mean,
Right.
my supervisor when I was with Marine Sanctuaries, Kate had 2 kids. She paid, is practically her entire paycheck was wiped out with daycare.
Yeah. It's still the same today.
Right. And they lived on her husband's paycheck. Mm-hmm. And if he lost his job, they are all in big trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this is a federal employee.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
this is the kind of people we're talking about.
And many folks just continued to work through
Right.
the shutdown without pay.
Well, we were told you couldn't. You would be arrested for trespassing and put in jail if you showed up on the property.
Okay. Well,
That's when the shutdown.
luckily, some TSA agents still came to work, and I
Well,
was able to get home.
They
so
were in a
that was
different
good.
department.
Yeah.
But
right.
where we were, it was a presidential order that if you showed up at your desk, you are trespassing.
Wow.
And that you're told that, and the week before a possible shutdown, all regular work ends, and you prepare for the shutdown.
Sounds
So
efficient.
you lose a week's productivity, then it's the entire thing that you've lost, and now it's going to take several weeks to get back up to speed on things. So you've basically lost productivity of thousands of workers for months,
Efficient. Government's good at efficiency, isn't it?
just so you can win a political battle.
Yeah.
I
Right.
had nightmares
What?
during the government shutdown.
You did?
Well, yeah. What happened was that I was looking at these things on Facebook with the SNAP program being gone and
Yeah,
everything,
right.
and I and people were posting the silver cans of the chipped beef and the silver cans of the pork and the boxes of government
brought
cheese.
you back.
And it brought me back to my childhood days in Worcester,
Sure.
in Worcester, Massachusetts.
They used to give that stuff out, yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's funny because well, I shouldn't say funny, but you read about it, people's comments that I know, and all my friends from the past and stuff, and all my cousins said, yeah, we remember that. Yep, we
Yeah.
remember, but yeah, that was something to see. That was so sad to see all them people have to wait and things like that.
Well, we'd like to
get
see
food
that,
benefits, yeah.
although that stuff was nutritious and it did help,
Yeah, it would help a lot.
and it was what we could do at the time, I'd like to think that today's system is more beneficial. It does
Yeah.
involve the local grocers and your local
Fresh
businesses.
food, fresh meat.
Right. And so it's better nutrition, more variety, and it circulates money in the community. So I'd like to think that
does.
what we have now is a better solution, except when the government shuts it down.
I thought that cheese back then, though, my mother made a hell of a macaroni and cheese.
Oh, yeah?
God rest her soul with that cheese.
The
I'll tell you
yellow
that
block
much.
cheese. Yeah.
My mom could really do something.
Oh, yeah.
With that stuff.
Let me just say though, during the shutdown, when the first came around and folks didn't have money on their card, or some people got 25%, right? These are people with kids, with families. And so I volunteered at a few locations, and the lines were really long.
Yeah.
But boy, did this community come together, donate food, make meals, make hot meals. There was a to-go meal available every single night in a different location. And there was, organizations and companies, a local one, if I can can I mention their name?
Oh, if you won't embarrass them, sure.
Yeah, Butcher Brothers donated meat so that, when these folks were lined up to get their canned goods, we were also able to give them, fresh meat, produce, lots of produce, fruits, veggies. So, you didn't get a lot, but because there were so many people and there was so much need, but at least you got real food, especially if so many people came with their children, little babies.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. I lost sleep over it. I continue to lose sleep over it, wondering what's going to happen in the future, because it's not looking great. But, we try to mitigate the damage as best we can. And I just think, Woonsocket is that kind of community that comes together. It's always the people who have the least who give the most.
Yeah.
It's always that way. And we saw that people just really coming together, organizations, the city, volunteers. So it was great.
You're right. Said everything I was thinking. Thank you very much, Melissa. We got to go around the table and say goodbye because the Do You Remember crew is here, and their ombudsman is at the door waiting to throw us out.
God, Steve.
Garrett Mancieri, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Melissa.
Thank you for having me. Have a wonderful weekend.
And Rich Elaine.
Hey, spaghetti supper tomorrow night, American Legion Post 85. Help our courtesy vehicles.
I'll be there, but I won't take a chair. All right. Now, time for us to go. If you missed any portion of our program today, pick it up on demand at woonsocketradio.com in a few moments after it renders and goes up there, and the rest of that. Plus, of course, you can catch a replay on Monday morning as well. We won't have the replay tonight because of high school football from Cumberland. Boroville and Cumberland will be playing in playoff action tonight here on ON Radio. Join us for that, won't you please? And the rest of the day's programming. Do you remember, coming up next after the news right here.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. At the Pentagon, Secretary Pete Hegseth has announced a new military operation that will protect America's neighborhood by targeting narco-terrorists. Hegseth says Operation Southern Spear will be led by U.S. Southern Command, which oversees military operations in the Caribbean and